Hi there. This is the first of a series of videos that will teach you how to use Evernote for your third and fourth year of medical school. There are plenty of YouTube videos on how to use Evernote and it can make you more productive, but this is the first one that will just address how to use it during your clinical years of medical school and on into your intern year. So once you have Evernote installed on your device and you've created a screen name, once you open it up, your screen will look something like this. So the first thing I want to do is I don't want that work chat that's there. I don't use that, and so I really don't want that to be there. So I'm going to go ahead and go to Settings and Customize Home Screen, and then I'm going to turn that work chat off, and I'll touch Settings again. That way I don't have to see that anymore. Okay, so now I'm going to create a couple of notebooks. I've figured out early in my third year that I'd like to have a notebook for each rotation I was doing. So let's go ahead and start. And I'm going to make a notebook for internal medicine. That was a rotation that I used my Evernote in so much. So I'm going to make that notebook. Okay, that notebook's created. So now I'm going to come and I'm going to make another notebook. And I'm going to make this one for emergency medicine. That was a fourth year elective I recently did. And I'll make a notebook for that. Okay, now the first thing I want to do is just show you how to just make a note. You can just type anything you want into a note. So you're um, in the hospital and your attending tells you something you want to write down. Somebody gives you a phone number. You want to just write down information about a patient. Anything you want to do, you can put it right here. And so we're just going to do something really simple. We're going to do fluid rehydration. So let's put 4 milliliters per kilogram. 10 kilograms. I had already typed this, so I'm just going to do the rest of it. There we go. All the information that we learn in medical school that then you have to start using once you get into the clinic, and sometimes it's not easy to remember it all. And so you can just make a quick note. And so I went up there to the top and I named my note Fluid Rehydration, and I'm going to say Save. And now I have my note saved, Fluid Rehydration. Oh, but look up there at the top. I saved that in emergency medicine, and I really meant for it to be in internal medicine. So I'm going to click on the note, and you see right here above, below Fluid Rehydration where it says EMED, we can touch that, and I can change that to IMED, and now I have it there. I mean, it wouldn't have hurt to have that in emergency medicine, but that's just kind of a basic. So I put a lot of my basic information in my IMED rotation. Okay, so that's done. Now, another way that you can bring information into Evernote is from an email. So we're going to go here to my email. I'm going to open up this email, and we're going to see here that I have an email that has a PDF in it. So you can bring PDF files or Word doc files. So we're going to come up here to the top of the screen where I get to share this file. How am I going to do that? And you see that it shows Evernote right there. So I'm going to touch Evernote. And now that file is going to come into Evernote. Now you look down at the bottom, you see how it says First Notebook? That's kind of the default notebook. I don't want it there. I want it to go into emergency medicine, or I mean internal medicine. Probably should have made those names, those two more different. Okay, and so now we're going to save. And so now my Harvey Simpson or Harvey PDF file, which you will, if you've not already done your emergency or your internal medicine rotation, you will get to know very well. Close that. So now we open Evernote and we go to F, and then you touch it, and then now we have the PDF in our Evernote. Now we'll close that. Okay, so that's two ways that you can bring information into Evernote. And now another way to do it is from some kind of a cloud storage device. And the one that I'm going to use is Dropbox, just because that's where I keep a lot of information. So if you open Dropbox, you will see that I have this document that I've saved in a Dropbox account, and it's my procedure log for emergency medicine. And so I'm going to come up here to the top right hand corner, or up here, and I'm going to upload it. And now you're going to see up at the top, I might be tempted to touch Evernote right there, but if I do that, that is only going to give me a link to this Dropbox file, and I don't want a link to a Dropbox file in my Evernote. I actually want the PDF in my Evernote. So I'm going to come down to the bottom where it says Open In, and I'm going to select that. And now I'm going to select Evernote. And so now instead of having it as a link, it's going to be the actual file. So here it is, procedure log, and now this one is showing that it's going into internal medicine, but I want this in emergency medicine. And so I'm going to save. And it's going to take it a few minutes to do that. While it's doing that, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to change the name of that file because it is really being confusing here. So let's call that emergency. So we are not getting so confused. Okay, so now we have, there we go. That's better. Now, if I see here in emergency medicine, my procedure log is there. And I touch it. And there we go. There's my procedure log. Okay, so that's it for this short video on basics for Evernote. In my next video, I'll show you how to capture a picture on screen. Something that happens a lot in medical school during your third and fourth year is you're handed lots of pieces of paper, and medical students are known for walking around with their pockets jammed full of papers. But with Evernote, all you have to have in your pocket is your iPad. iPad mini fits perfectly in a white pocket. I never had papers in my pockets, just my iPad mini. So I'm going to show you how you can capture those papers that are given to you and have them in your iPad, and then how you can write on them, annotate them, and use them that way. So watch the second video for that.